Hello you lot, how you doing? I hope you've had a fantastic weekend or couple of days, whatever it is for you when you're watching this. I thought we'd just read some comments, go through a few comments and just chill out for a bit. I just finished off doing the front diff and all that on this car this morning, and it's the evening now, obviously. Chilling out, had a roast dinner, all nice and chilled. I've taken the throttle spring back off of it so I can stick it back on the Savage, because the Savage hasn't got a throttle return spring now, so that will go back on there. And yeah, proper happy. I'm expecting some comments about putting the diff oil in the casing. But look, there's no problem with doing that. The only thing that might happen is it'll come out. And if it comes out, does anybody care? The answer is no. Least of all me. So, you know, it'll just put oil around the thing, you know, spread a bit down here, fling it out in a few places here and there. But the amount of oil that I spray on this, it's not going to make any difference. The amount of nitro that gets spilt everywhere, it's not going to make a difference. So, but I am surprised, actually. I'm genuinely surprised that none of it's come out yet. I was expecting to see a puddle of oil down there on the old table and have it all leaked out down here, but it hasn't come out yet. But it'll most likely come out once it starts moving around and you know, gets a bit warmer and it will seep through the gaps. That's when it will come out. But look, I really don't care if it comes out. I had a bit left in the bottle, wherever the bottle's gone now. I don't know where the bottle's gone. There it is. I had a bit left in the bottom of it, so I thought to myself, let's chuck it in the case. So that's what I've done. But I know there will be some of you out there that will comment on that. That's why I'm calling it out before you comment. Because I don't care. Not in the slightest. Anyway. Beautiful. Anyway, I've got just the thing to get rid of said oil if it was to come out. That will get rid of any oil, and I use that on everything. I use this brake cleaner on actual real cars. This is what I use. This is why I've got it in big tins of it, because I buy it in large quantities when I repair cars, motorbikes, motocross bikes, whatever it is I get to repair, including my own cars and motorhomes. Brake cleaner, not necessarily always this brand, but this was the cheapest one at the point, and I like this one because it comes in a metal tin, much better than the plastic bottle ones. But yeah, brake cleaner, put it in a sprayer, it will get all oil, grease. If you didn't already know, I'm telling you it because you might not already know. If you're not, you know, regularly mechanically minded, don't do mechanics regularly, you might not know about brake cleaner. They don't. I've never seen anyone actually use brake cleaner on an RC car. I know some of you do before you start commenting and saying, well, I use it and everyone I know uses it. Fine, good, that's good to hear. But people, they just tend to scrub things and use rags and you know, tissue and things. I had a bit of this brake disc cleaner left over in this spray tin, so I was using that earlier on. Got a bit more of it there as well, that brake and clutch cleaner. Good stuff, that one, but it's expensive, so don't keep buying that one, because I've only got that one because it was on sale and it was the only one they had in the shop, and I needed it to go and do a job on an old lawnmower, and I needed it fast, so I had to buy that one. But yeah, brake cleaner, man, you got to be careful around rubber seals and O-rings because it might cause them to perish a little bit, but don't get it on stuff like that. It'll get all the oil and grease off. It just dissolves, it just goes. You ain't even got to wash it after. Brake cleaner is brilliant stuff. So if you don't already use it on your RC cars, I recommend you do. It will get rid of all the oil and grease that builds up around all of here. I know mine, it doesn't look like, because I haven't You know what I'm trying to say. But it will. I don't really care about all of that. But if you like things to be nice and clean, and when you're taking things apart and you want to clean things properly, just spray a bit of bloody brake cleaner on it. It'll get rid of all the oil and it'll make it perfect again. So, good stuff. So I had a comment and from 54 minutes ago, and that's going to make a one hell of a mess filling the diff case oil up. Just get some red grease for the crown and pinion gear. Yep. I've just replied to Richard and I said it's only oil. Look, I'm not being funny. I just don't care if it comes out. I'm sorry, I can't see the problem if it comes out. All my real cars leak oil like no tomorrow. If the RC cars leak oil like no tomorrow, clean it up. Or don't clean it up. Either way, it's alright. But that Richard there, that Richard Cliff Racing, he sent me some pictures of he's got MP9, I think he's got some other ones as well. He sent me pictures of them and he's got some pretty decent stuff. But I think he's proper like into I think he races. He's proper into it. So, you know, Richard there, dude, I'm assuming that you're one of these people that wants everything to be spick and span and clean, which is really good because nice clean cars is also as appealing as ones that look rough and run down. All depends what people want, isn't it, really? So we got another one. This one was 2 hours ago. Why haven't I seen these before then? Interesting. Ellie May. Oh, I've seen the front one. I just didn't see the reply. I have a RC petrol 1/5 scale, and it doesn't start. What do I have to do? And as I said, that is a very broad comment. I mean, how the hell am I supposed to know what to do? That's a very broad comment. Did it ever start? You know, because if someone says, I've got this and it won't start, well, how do I know? Is it ever started? Is it brand new and won't start the first start? Or is it second hand and won't start after you've bought it? Have you had it for 4 years and been using it and now it just all of a sudden won't start? I don't know. Yes, it started up the other day and started bogging, but I don't know what's going off of it now. Right, well, I don't know what's going off of it either, Ellie. But you know, there could be many things. There could be many things, couldn't there? That would be petrol. Could be spark, could be fuel, could be air filter could be blocked or need cleaning. There could be so many things that could be wrong with that. I'm going to have a little chat with Ellie May to try and work out what the problem is there. But for those of you that are watching this, if you've got a petrol RC car and you've got a petrol engine in it, not a nitro, you've got a petrol engine in it, and it won't start, make sure that you've got fuel going through the fuel line into the carburetor. Make sure your air filter's clean. Make sure the choke's not stuck on or stuck off. Make sure the throttle's working. Make sure you've got spark. Take the spark plug out and make sure you've got spark. If you don't know how to make sure you've got spark, just stick the spark plug in the end of the spark plug cap. Rest the bolt part, the bit that looks like a nut. Rest that, or you can rest a thread if you want to, whatever, on the head of the engine. That's the best place to get it there because you've only got a short lead on those, little short HT lead. Rest it on there and pull. Make sure you've got the ignition on and pull on the pull start. You should see the spark at the end of the spark plug. If you haven't got a spark, you've got to investigate as to why. But if you've got a spark, you know that that's not the problem. Pretty simple. Well, I just wrote a very simple reply there because it is difficult trying to help over comments like that, especially when the replies that they're giving back is very, very basic. I mean, you haven't got a lot to go on. The more detail in a question, the better, because then I can get the information I need in order to help. Because I don't know if this Ellie May, I don't know if she knows how to check for spark. I don't know if she knows how to check the line for fuel, you know. So the basic ones are difficult to work sometimes. Dr. Chicken. Hello there, Mr. Dr. Chicken. How's it going? Sorted. My lad has an MP7.5. I've always wanted one of them. If anybody's got an MP7.5 for sale, let me know because I want one. I do want one. With a HPI Savage X Firestorm Trinergy Chaos Turnigy, that is, I suppose. Turnigy. Chaos. And an Acme, I still don't know how to pronounce that, NB16. The amount of attention he gets when out bashing is unreal. Most kids never knew RC cars could have real working engines. Great channel. Thanks for the comment about the great channel there, Mr. Dr. Chicken. Appreciate that. Bashing. Oh, man. I've always thought that term sounds very gay. That's a gay term, man. When someone says, let's go bashing, I'm like, what, baseball bats? Go and get the gays with the baseball bats. What's that all about? Anyway, next one down. RC Nitro Flux. Righto, new comment, not seen this one. Had same problem on my buggy. UVJ pin. Come out, bidding it up, bud. Ah, bloody hell. So the UVJ pin was bidding up the buggy, was it? Would you have it on eBay, did you? I'm joking. I know. I shouldn't be allowed to even speak, should I? Let alone make YouTube videos. Anyway, yeah, it's a common problem. The problem that I always had on the other cars, I had another buggy. Don't know what brand it was actually. I never did find out. My old boss gave it to me. That was I think it was an old race type buggy thing because it had a silly starter box. And it had a stick transmitter with it and everything because he used to race it. I don't think he used to race it competitions, but he used to race it. He used to go to a track and race people, but I don't think it was proper racing. The drive shafts used to pop out. So like when you went over a jump and the axles went down, because he didn't have none of the little grub screws that push your axle back up and push on the frame, didn't have none of them in there. And I never bothered to fix it, and he never fixed it. So whenever you went over a bump and the suspension went right down, the drive shaft would pop out. And also the Rushies used to do the same. Drive shaft would pop out every time you did a jump because the drive shafts were too short. You could fix it by putting different shafts in, but I never bothered. I just kept popping the old drive shafts back in and carried on with my day. It's not the end of the world. But yeah, the little pin coming out on these ones is an issue. I never spotted it. I was looking all around it. I'm thinking, I bet the little pin's coming out or something's happened there or there's a stone stuck in it or something. I'm looking all in here, looking all in there. Didn't spot anything. And it went until I was going to put it all back together again. And I looked in there and I thought, well, because I've already had the diff apart, hadn't I? And I looked in there and I thought, there's got to be something. It doesn't make any sense. So I've got to go and look a bit deeper. And then I spotted the little pin just poking out and catching on the edge. And I just thought to myself, that's the bugger. So we'll give him, Mr. RC, we'll give him a thumbs up there. Nice one. Thanks for the comment there, dude. Always appreciate every single comment. Ellie May, that's the original comment that she put. So 5 hours ago. RC Mad. Do you like the old drift cars? I've had a few TT01s. Yeah. I thought I read that wrong for a minute. Back in the day. Recently, I've got the MST rear-wheel drive. I hate anonyms. Is that an anonym? Yeah, it is. Drift car. It's like when they put on a car in it for 4-wheel drive, right? They put 4x4, right? And people call them 4x4s. What's that all about? Just say 4-wheel drive. Why does it have to be 4x4 or 4WD? What's that? Just piss off and say 4-wheel drive. There's nothing wrong with saying the whole word, is there? Anyway, I'm only joking, Mr. RC Mad UK. Don't be offended the fact that you've put RWD. I don't mind. It's absolutely fine. I'm only having a laugh. A drift car, and it's completely different. Do like it, but can't beat the old ones. Yeah. The 4-wheel drive on plastic tyres. They're the way to go, man. In a car park for some fun. Got a few videos on my channel of the yep. I've already loved this comment. I haven't had a look though, dude. I will go and have a look. I'm very interested in. I love RC. I love drifting. Full stop. But RC drifting is really good. I love it. So I'll go and have a look at RC Mad UK's channel for his drifting videos in a bit. What's this one? I don't think I've read this one yet. Have I? Oh, I have. I wonder why it doesn't come up as being red. Anyway, nice. I built this car up from the magazines too. Mine laid in the rain outside for 10 years and bought it in and left it for 5 years in a cupboard. Got fired up today for a very first time. Unreal. Ah, that's about the Kyosho thing, the Vauxhall, that you get from the magazines. That one there. You get it from the magazines and you build it up bit by bit. Love it. Anyway, you lot, I wanted to read some comments, give you lots some shout outs. Really appreciate all the comments, all the views, everything you lot do for me. It's really, really appreciated. And yeah, if you haven't thought about using brake cleaner, I definitely recommend it. You don't have to buy it in a big quantity like that. You can buy it in little tins, spray tins and spray cans if you want. It's just really good stuff for cleaning gears, diffs, engines, just anything that you want to clean on your RC car. It'll clean it up wonderfully. Just be careful around rubber seals. Make sure you clean it off the seal pretty quick. Alright, my camera's going to run out of battery, so I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of your week, and yeah, ciao for now, you lot.